Hello, 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 everybody. It is your boy, Reverend Phoenix Coffin-Williams, coming to you from the beautiful yet cold Buffalo, New York. And joining me today is the Most Reverend Alyssa Hi Carell. She is the right to my left. She is the shut to my up. She is the no to my way. She is the yes to my please, first priestess of the Corellian tradition. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. That was the best intro.
We do what we can. We do what we can. So, Reverend Alyssa, you are in New England, technically, right?
Technically, yep, I'm in Connecticut.
How is it there?
It is cold and windy here in Greenwich, Connecticut today, but blue skies.
Yeah, very blue skies. Very blue skies. Blue and cold. But we moving on. So we celebrate in Star this weekend. We expecting things to get a little bit more warm, a little bit more moist, a little bit more ready for the warmer seasons here in the northern hemisphere. And with that, we're also looking forward to celebrating our most sacred ritual as a spiritual family, the lustration of the ancestors.
Yay!
Yeah, is fast approaching. I'm looking forward to it. Are you looking forward to it?
I'm really looking forward to it, and it came quick, and I don't hate it that it came quick.
It did. Um, I'm excited because we are going to be at a location that I have always wanted to go and celebrate the lustration at. It is at the site of like an official Corellian ancestor, like someone who is a part of our lineage. So we're going to be going there. We're going to be doing some grave magic, some cemetery work, which is something that I love doing at illustrations. And it's one of those things that like is a carryover from the regionals that happen every year. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with the global crew who's coming out.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. There's quite a few people coming that I haven't seen in many years. So that's very exciting to, you know, as the as you get illustrations in different areas, you know, different people are more empowered to come or able to come when it's closer to where they are. So you get different faces, and that's always fun. So we're getting some different faces that we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, that is going to be incredible because the energy of illustration is a phenomenal energy. It's a unifying energy for those who do come with an open mind, for those who come with perfect love and perfect trust, and who come to help elevate the ancestors and those who are in the living doing the work on this very dense physical plane.
hmm So we're going to be in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. April 25th through the 27th is the illustration of the ancestors this year. You can still register on Corellian.com. There's a link that says illustration 2025. You can register there. Registration is only $80, and we have a great hotel block rate that's $90 per night. It's a super affordable illustration. We aren't serving meals this year, so that'll be your only additional expense.
But we likely will be eating together as we join in prayer as a family and a community. Um, Once you go to one lustration, you do kind of develop an itch to go to other ones if you are able. And
Definitely.
in the past, I myself, I know you have, and several other people have specifically saved vacation time or strategically used PTO or sick time so that like so that their butts were covered at work. So, excuse me, Uncle, I know this is your show. Um, so that they could make it to lustration and be covered and not have to worry about like work scheduling and stuff like that. So keep that in mind. If you do have PTO, if you do have sick time, um, maybe you could like organize to use it around lustration time. Make
hmm
it a great time. We do go to a new place every year as often as possible. Um, but yeah, once you come to one, you do develop an itch to come to as many as you can. And when you do that, you develop quite a few memories. You develop some habits that come from traveling to Lustration.
Mm-hmm.
And you develop relationships with other Corellians due to lodging, due to travel, due to sharing of responsibilities for the event. I thought it would be fun to play Never Have I Ever
Oh my gosh.
Lustration Edition.
I will play this game, but I also have to say that another cool thing about Lustration is that since it's hosted by like a different group every time, it gives like that group an opportunity to like show us their flavor because like Corellian groups are not uniform. We're all different, and we as High Priesthood and as group leaders bring our own flavor to our groups from our practice. So it's cool to see like when I go to regional illustration in Buffalo, it's very different from other places, and I'm hoping that we're going to see more and more temples represented um, in that way, so we can like experience the flavor of different groups. It's fun.
So mote it be. So mote it be. Also, I do want to say I do notice that there are some folks who are tuning in. Thank you to all of our viewers right now. I'm not currently able to see who you are or where you are from. Gotta learn that a little bit. Maybe if
Um,
I can
I
chat.
can. Hi Corey Judy. Hi Mary Hawk.
Oh yeah, Corey
Hi
Judy, Mary Hawk,
Kayleen.
Eileen,
Black Crystal.
Crystal.
Hi.
Nice. Yes. So hey y'all, thanks to you for tuning in. Just figured that out on the spot. But yeah, so if y'all have any memories or things associated with illustration that you want to share, you can put them in your chat and join in on the conversation. Um, but
So how do we play Never Have I Ever Illustration Edition?
all right, so obviously we know each other pretty well. We have memories with each other, but
Mm-hmm.
we also have memories about like other people or with other people. And
Mm-hmm.
we know about the shenanigans that we get up to. So, 5 fingers up. We're going to start the practice round with going to 5.
Okay.
What you say is, never have I ever. And then you follow that statement with something that you have never done at illustration.
Okay.
Now, if you know I have done it, you can say, and you haven't done it, you can say that and you can force me to put a finger down. Because if I get all my fingers down first, you win.
Okay.
So that's kind of like how you play the game. But
Okay.
after you go, it's my turn. So first you go, then I go, like, and we alternate. And I also can say something that I know you did that I didn't do, or I can just pick something random just to see like what else has been going on at this place or at these events. Um, but
Okay.
at the end of the game, whoever has all their fingers down first is the one who did not win. The one who has any remaining fingers at all is the winner.
I'm gonna lose.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna lose.
How can you say that before we even start?
I'm just gonna lose.
Oh, okay, fine. Do you
Let's
want me
do
to go
it.
first or do you want to go
You
first?
go first.
Never have I ever done anyone's hair at illustration.
I don't think so.
Mhm.
All right. Never have I ever left illustration early.
I don't know if I count that as early. I just left before you and your straggling selves. But fine,
No,
fine,
you're
fine,
no. That wasn't meant to catch you at anything. I'm just trying to think of stuff.
fine. No, I left before y'all. I didn't do that last little thing. Um, Never have I ever complained about the food at illustration.
Because you weren't at lustration in Wisconsin.
It's your turn. It's your turn.
Never have I ever um been stung by a bee at illustration. I can't remember if you were one of the people that was. I know
No.
several people were.
No, but I had someone get stung at a illustration I was hosting.
It happens.
Never have I ever um, never have I ever been too nervous to participate in the lustration ritual.
Never have I ever skipped initiations.
I was cooking dinner for everyone. Never have I ever had to warn people not to eat food at a lustration.
The fingers down.
Go ahead, your turn.
Never have I ever mm, this is hard.
Because you've done so much.
Never have I ever
I got my next one.
um
Hi, Tina. How are you? I will do my best to not skip your initiation.
never have I ever played the guardian at illustration. But if you
Rude.
don't
Rude. Never have I ever been locked in a car at a lustration.
it was for initiations. We were blindfolded. They had nowhere else to seclude us except for in people's cars.
Mm-hmm.
Um, hmm. Never have I ever. It's really hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard. Never have I ever forgotten my robes. Really? I wasn't even trying to get you with that one.
No, I definitely had to go back and forth a few times to get my robes just for them to be where I thought they were on location.
I don't know if that counts, babe.
I mean, with all that traveling I did to find them, they might as well have been lost. But I'll put it back up because like they were where they were on site. Never have I ever been to a lustration with a baby on my back.
Can I just have my middle finger for the no? It's
You're
Uncle
so
Joe.
mean to
Uncle
me.
Joe.
You are so mean to me.
Um,
Hey, good
never,
afternoon, Tony. Thanks for listening in.
never have I ever. Mm, no, I can't even say that. Because I've done that.
Yeah, you do a lot.
Never. Mm. Do I lose if I can't come up with anything?
Nope.
Um, never have I ever. I can't think of anything. Um, let's see, illustration. Okay. Never have I ever attended a West Coast illustration.
Word. Word. Never have I ever had to play all 4 quarter guardians in Lustration Ritual at once. Is that thumb down?
The thumb is down.
Boom, I win.
It was at the Parliament illustration.
That was at the Parliament Lustration. You also had a baby on your back.
I did.
Mm-hmm. That
I
was
told you I was gonna lose.
listen. It was easy. Like I know this game. I
Honestly, I
love.
got you with more things than I thought I was gonna. That was
Yeah,
closer than I thought it was gonna be.
yeah. But so obviously a lot of fun things happen, a lot of strange things happen. We probably could have went on for like quite a bit more, and like we do have time for another round if you want. But I do also want to acknowledge that we are around the halfway mark, and I know that Uncle usually does thank yous to the sponsors right now, but I actually don't have any of that queued up right now. So for those who are sponsors of this midday program, or for those of you who sponsor any of Uncle's work across the board, we do thank you very much from the bottom of our hearts. We are grateful for that, and we would like to see you continue to support his work. So I will just go ahead and put that there. And then the next time I do this, I will figure out how to have the thank you to the sponsors up. Cool. Lustration means blessing by water, right?
Yes.
We talk about lustration very amorphously, like let's go to lustration. But really, it's a weekend long or sometimes a long weekend long event that celebrates multiple things. One, being pagan in general. Two, our lineage as Corellians. Three, the very sacred belief that the ancestors and the living continue to walk and work side by side, sharing insight and energy and grace with each other through our actions, which impact our karma. The ancestors grace us by dropping in during the lustration ritual and providing some very serious feedback, insight, and advice in the form of an oracle. And in return, the living provide offerings and prayers to elevate their spirits and continue to strengthen them as they do their work. It is very reciprocal and co creational.
Oh, and just in the chat saying hi to Tony, who may have left already. He's starting work. Hi, Tony. And hi, Mike Nelson. And Mary says, thank our sponsor, Equinox Learning Hub. Thanks, Equinox Learning Hub.
Thank you, Equinox Learning Hub. The Equinox on the Equinox?
Meet me on the... No.
Anyway. So yes, lustration. That's the lustration. That is the spiritual aspect behind it. But then, well, not but then, and additionally, we do sometimes have some workshops and activities, a ritual. We do have some fun stuff planned that we don't necessarily want to blow the plug off just yet, but I am excited for your presentation that weekend, Lady Alyssa.
Me too.
And of course, I'm excited to go ahead and do that necromancy in the cemetery. Like, I'm always down for that vibe.
Always down for the cemetery. I feel like we spend inordinate amount of our time there. Hi, Edgar.
Hey, Ed, how are you? Happy Friday.
Why do you think? Why do you think we're so drawn to cemeteries?
That's where the ancestors sleep. Also, that's power.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I heard that question as like a dub, but like really it's exploratory. One,
Yeah,
that's where the ancestors sleep. Two, that's where some good old magic is. And if you want to um, get your hands, or if you want to get your hands good at making pacts with the dead or making pacts with spirits in general, like the cemetery is a great place to start. If you want to put things in your life to bed there, that is a great place to go about doing it. If you want to maintain an ongoing relationship with your ancestors in general, you can go to their cemetery plot and place offerings there, as well as take things back from the cemetery and bring that back to your home and have like that bi-directional relationship, making your magic stronger, making your access to their voices a little bit stronger, thereby deepening your spirituality, your own psychic ability, and your own ability to trust the decisions that you make in your life. um,
absolutely.
Also, cemeteries are fun places to actually play with the idea of living and dying. So, one of the things that I do with my students is I will invite them to the cemetery. Then, once we get in, I will transform the entire place into the realm of the dead. So, every headstone or every mausoleum is basically the front door to a specific person, usually the one or the ones who are named. And if there's any water that's running through the cemetery, that water is cemetery water. It's going to make you forget some stuff. If you charge it for, the particular river in the underworld, that is the river of forgetfulness. It could be a healing one if you charge it for so on and so forth. But it is a great place to charge your imagination. It's a great place to like let your magic go ahead and play and run wild. So I love the cemetery, and I invite people to come and play in them with me like very frequently. Why do you think we're
Now,
drawn to cemeteries?
hmm?
Why do you think we're drawn to cemeteries?
Well, definitely all of that. I think um, just being witchy, we're
Mm.
drawn to cemeteries. Um, Now, what do you? So, I mean, I've obviously been there with you to the cemetery many times, but not everyone else does. And you do something really subtle that I don't know that everybody notices that I want you to talk about. So, when you enter a cemetery, what do you do?
It depends. Um, if it's a cemetery that I'm looking to establish an ongoing relationship with, I will do a gate ritual. If it's like flyby in passing, I'm just going in and out real quick because I have something to do. I would just like throw some change out the window at the gate for the gatekeeper. Is that the thing that you were talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so definitely paying the gatekeeper. If you find out like where the first person buried in the cemetery is, all the better. Definitely pay the gatekeeper with some change, with a little nip of liquor or vodka, like the stuff that comes in like little containers that are like this big. Just pour one of those out at the gate. Just start a relationship off right, making an offering to the gatekeeper. Um, Hey, Ebony, Lady
I
Ebony
have
Rush,
any.
how you doing? Thank you for stopping in. We're just talking about illustration.
Now, for our graveyard visit at illustration, we do know who the first person buried there was, and we are going to go there.
Mm-hmm.
He is on our loop.
Mm-hmm. So that yeah, that is one thing I am comfortable talking about. Obviously, we are going to be at the cemetery at this illustration. We're going to do some magic there. We're going to go to.
Hi, Autumn.
Oh, hey, Autumn! Thanks for stopping by real quick. Hope you have a great day at work. Blessings on all of your employment endeavors. Actually, um, did you just look at the clock, Alyssa?
I checked to make sure that I put a lunch break on my timer.
um, but yeah, so we will go to multiple graves on a particular loop that was labeled like the witchy-ish kind of loop. Um, like by the cemetery themselves, like they call it that. We just like the language.
Yeah.
Um, but we will go over multiple techniques for interacting with spirits of the dead. It will be considered necromancy. Um, and then we will also go over how to get any clingy spirits or entities or like hitchhikers that might have jumped onto you, like how to get them off before you exit, or as you exit the cemetery. That way, when you get back home, clean and clear, no problems. And so that will be happening, but we'll be doing that. Um, and to some degree, I think that cemetery work, graveyard work, ancestor work, spirits of the dead work is like foundational witchcraft. Like you get good at that, and like
Definitely.
other things open up and like make sense as you further your study, further your progression. Um,
And I also think there's an aspect of that, like, clergy people should be comfortable in graveyards in general.
mm,
Most people, like, I feel like it should be like second home, like part of a service.
heard and agreed.
Will
Um,
illustration be live streamed?
I don't know.
So, if possible, we are gonna probably try to live stream certain things. Um, we talked about, just letting people open up live streams while we're at the graveyard. So some of that is probably going to be live streamed, maybe not all of it. Lustration ritual itself will be videoed for sure. It is in a park, so we don't know what kind of service that we have there. We don't know if we're going to be able to live stream it, but it will definitely be recorded and released later. Um, Deemings are usually live streamed. We are at a hotel for that, so deemings I would expect to be live streamed as usual. Um, right now we only have 2 groups up for deeming. That's another thing. If you are currently the head of a Wittan shrine or a proto temple, and your Wittan shrine or proto temple has been that for at least a year, and you are interested in moving to proto temple or temple, uh, the deeming application is open for you, and is available uh, in Under the Hill. If you can't find it, please feel free to email. Um, there's so many people you could email. Ebony, throw some email addresses out there. Um,
Please and thank you.
Please and thank you. Um, yeah,
You can email revphoenix@corellian.com for sure, and
revelissa@corellian.com.
revalyssa@forever.com if you have any issues. That'll get you somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
probably. Um, oh, Mike Nelson also agrees with the fact that as clergy we ought to be comfortable in graveyards. It's one thing to be comfortable talking about the end of life transitions, but we need to be able to walk the walk in a graveyard as well. Uh-huh. You know it. You
Absolutely.
know it. Um, all right, so we are getting close to being like about to wrap this up. We didn't get to a second round of Never Have I Ever. But do you have a favorite lustration memory that stands out for you? And if you do, I wonder if it's the same one that sticks out for me.
That's so hard. That's so hard. Um, from this past illustration,
No, from any illustration you've been to.
from any illustration that I have been to, there are so many moments that stick out as just being special moments that I don't know what to pick. Um, Silent Supper at this past illustration was really poignant for me. Um, and just our silence together, that whole experience is always going to stand out for me. My very first illustration, I have a lot of fond memories from my very first illustration. I think those are always sort of gonna win a little bit.
Mhm, mhm.
Um, yeah.
I will say,
What's yours?
uh, mine is the time that we summoned Loki into someone being initiated under Thor.
Yeah, that's a good
And
one.
so, if any of y'all are interested in hearing about that story, you
That's
can
a good
ask
one.
us at this illustration coming up in Philadelphia, and we will be glad to tell you. But until that time, we have to go for this week. Our time is up. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Lady Ebony, for participating in the chat and getting some emails up. I know you were like not even planning on working right now. Thank you, Mary Hawk, for helping us remember who our sponsors were. And for everyone else who joined and participated in the chat and lent into the conversation, we appreciate you lots. And we will be back, or at least I will be back next Friday as the guest host, same time, same station. Until